I hate internet culture so much, but yet it's super present in our lives. Like, you can't get away from it. Welcome back, and thanks for chilling with your boy. And today, we're going to be talking about how AAVE is basically becoming the new internet slang. So, if you don't know what AAVE is, it's basically African American Vernacular English. It's a dialect of English spoken primarily by African Americans with roots of history and culture of Black America. So basically, like 90s hip hop culture, or like, you feel me? If you have ties to Black culture, you speak in AAVE in some type of way. AAVE has historically been marginalized and misunderstood by deeply intertwined with African American identities and expressions. So it's been like misconstrued a lot, because when we use AAVE, or when we come up with a word for our own dialect, a lot of people use it that's outside of our, I don't even want to say culture, because that's kind of outside of our race. Let me just put it like that. It does come off as cringy, just like how we recently had the word Riz, and how now it's just like, I wouldn't say it's a taboo thing to say, but people is not fucking with the word anymore. Like, people don't even want to say it anymore, to the point where Duke Dennis don't even say it, to the point where it's been stretched so thin that it lost its aura behind it. And AAVE, like the dialect itself, like excluding just words, the dialect itself been taken away from our race for a long time. Ariana Grande have been using AAVE, have been seen using this kind of dialect before, and it is pretty wild to see, because I never knew that she talked like this. which is so funny. And to see it like pop back up now and go viral, it just more pushes into the thing where AAVE is becoming into more of an internet culture kind of thing. I'm gonna explain my key points on why I say this, so just bear with me. So the rise of AAVE on the internet, AAVE became increasingly visible on social media platforms like Twitter and TikTok and Instagram. We already all know this. The more videos of Black creators blowing up using AAVE, the more people see that, the more that they would, I wouldn't say associate with it, but the more popularized it gets, and the more people would use it. So popular AAVE phrases like lit, shade, slay, finna, and on fleek have crossed over into mainstream internet slang. And I've been seeing more and more slang. I wouldn't even say demure is like internet slang. Nobody been using demure until that video came out. I would say whatever we really do say is popularized, and I would say especially from like the female side of things, I see more of their words getting stolen by more of the white women and white gay men community. I'm not gonna go too far in depth into that, because I don't think it's really my place to speak on that so much. But I would say I do see that a lot. Like, Black women lingo, just, it's so tough, because clock it, I want to say that shit sometimes too. Like, you feel me? Like, that shit is hard. But you can't, like, I feel like it's not in my place, because like I be trying to put on my real nigga persona. It just don't seem right to be saying it. So that shit do be hard, and I understand why these niggas be wanting to steal that shit, but it's just not in their place to do it. And they only find these words into meme viral content, and influencers have amplified AAVE, like the words that you guys been saying. Like, I could name a few people, but right off the top of my head right now, I don't know. I could say like E. Kane and shit, or like popular streamers, you feel me, or like even popular artists, and it's making it more accessible to a non-Black audience, and it makes them seem like it's more okay to say it, because they resonate, or they feel like they resonate with that artist so much, or like they have people around that influence them to use it, or they just feel like they can use it because they're around people that not influence them to like directly influence them to use it. I could say like non-directly, by like speaking like that around them, and then they just did it one time and nobody said anything, and they just kept talking like that. You feel me? Like, it could be exactly like that. But I also been seeing videos of people in the older generations using AAVE, and also labeling it as Gen Z lingo. Interestingly enough, boomers have been starting using AAVE derived internet slang in an attempt to keep up with the young generation. Had my Gen Z coworker write this script for me. This phenomenon is sometimes humorously referred as Gen Z lingo, implying that boomers are trying to get or adopt the language of Gen Z, or try to adopt the language of the internet that they hear all the time, or that they hear in viral videos all the time, which is AAVE. While boomers do use AAVE based terms like slay or savage to connect with young people, their use often come across as awkward or out of touch, creating viral moments online, which is why they do really see it, because it's just an anomaly seeing an older person using our lingo and like using it in a way where it makes sense. Because half the time I feel like they really don't know what we be talking about when we use when I use AAVE, when I talk to like older folks. So I have to change my dialect a lot, which I'm going to get into that as well. This shift shows just how deeply embedded AAVE has become in broader digital communication, transcending generational boundaries. So it's just not like a race thing anymore. It's more of a generational thing now. Like, this is just how the generation talks. Like, we came up with the lingo, we came up with the words and everything. We came up with the terms and everything, and then now it's just a generational thing. It's just not ours anymore. To me, I wouldn't say it just don't feel right. I mean, people could do what they want to do. They could talk how they want to talk, but this shit do seem kind of fucked up. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Okay, so I would say for this one, I feel like our terms and our words get popularized so much to the point where they lose their meaning, and like I said, they lose their aura, and then it's just like, it sucks. Just like how we had our dances and shit, like the dab. We seen how the dab got overused, misused, and like just not even done right, and it just like the dab just lost its pizzazz. Like, the dab is just not it anymore, when really that was like one of the toughest things to come out of that time. Also, the overuse of AAVE on social media is also impacting code switching at the workplace as well. If you don't know what code switching is changing your dialect or how you speak for a different type of audience. So say if I'm talking to my family, I'm talking to them one type of way, and then I talk to them different of how I talk to my friends or how I talk to like people I work with. So that's basically what code switching is. And we're seeing a lot less code switching in the workplace because of the popularization of AAVE. With AAVE becoming more mainstream through internet slang, there's a potential reduction in stigma associated with AAVE in the work professional environment. However, this is also create a double standard. While non-blacks might adopt the AAVE casually in the workplaces, black professionals may still feel pressure to suppress their use of AAVE to preserve as professional, which is also true. And I was in a situation one time where I had a white coworker talk to me using AAVE. It just felt really uncomfortable. But yeah, some people still feel like they'll have to maintain that professionalism and like try to talk like really proper. Ultimately, AAVE's spread as internet slang does not eliminate the need for black professionals to code switch, but it could lead to conversations about language, race, and professionalism in corporate spaces. The impact of social media on AAVE. Social media algorithms prioritize viral content, often leading to rapid spread of AAVE phrases. Influencers and celebrities who uses AAVE help normalize the usage online. The cynical nature of trends on platforms like TikTok has made AAVE central to ways people express themselves online. AAVE has become a maker of internet cool and is associated with online subcultures, adding nuance to digital communications. Same users adopt AAVE to signal culture awareness, inclusivity, or sense of humor. Through this can sometimes result in performative language use. And I've seen people use AAVE that are non-black for performative uses, and it just it just don't sit right with my spirit, low key, because it's just like it's a weird feeling. It's like a really weird feeling of like mockery, but I understand it's like a joke. I don't take it too to heart. Just like how Drewski did that. It was like a construction worker skit that he did, bro, where he put on a whole his fake Hispanic accent. I had a weird feeling about that shit. I was like, damn, bro, that's insane. What you can really get away with on the internet. It's really a double-edged sword, though. At the end of the day, while AAVE's integration into internet slang promotes visibility for Black culture, it also raises concerns about eraser. But yeah, the more AAVE get popularized on internet culture, it more raises a concern about its like founding roots, like if it's ever gonna be lost, or is it just gonna be forever known as the internet slang? Like, is it gonna lose its true meaning, or is it just gonna be like just deep resides in our culture? I hope it does. I hope it does like reach a high level of visibility to where people know where its roots are still from. But I mean, who knows in the near future. The language, historical context, and deeper meaning may be lost when used casually by those outside of the Black community. That's the one thing I am afraid of. But the only thing about that is if people just like keep in the back of their mind like where they got it from, I have no problem with them using it at all. AAVE's transformation into key part of internet slang reflects both the growing influence of Black culture in shaping global online conversations and the complexities of culture appropriation in the digital age. The fact that even boomers are adopting AAVE through what is called Gen Z lingo shows how deeply it has preempted digital communication across generations. However, its adoption in casual internet slang does not always translate to acceptance in formal or professional setting, particularly for Black professionals who may still feel the need to code switch. While its priority highlights the vibrance of African American language, it's essential to recognize and respect the roots of AAVE and the cultural significance it holds. Moving forward, discussions about the ethical use of AAVE in online spaces and workplaces will be crucial in ensuring it's celebrated to commodified or misrepresented. And that's about it. And I'm gonna talk to y'all. I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.